Good morning, Red Shoe. How you doing, baby? Happy Tuesday. And today, we coffee a conversation with your girl, Shakenya. When you get a minute, go to that YouTube channel, Coffee and Conversation with Shakenya, and hit subscribe. Look at some of the videos, and if you see any of them that you like, please hit share. I'm trying to go viral. I want to be famous, right? Are you shopping black? Make sure you check out the Allure wrist design. I haven't been tagging it on Instagram, but I do tag it on Facebook, so I got to start tagging on Instagram too. Yeah, black on. I went to school with that brother. Yeah. How many people you went to school with has turned out to be successful and made it in life? Like whatever you consider made it. Yeah, do you support them? Do you support their cause? Do you talk about them? Are you their PR person in public? Like, I know him. I went to school with him. He's a good guy. She's a good girl. She didn't do you. I'm just asking. Yeah, because you know, some people be like, I ain't jocking them, or, oh, no, that was the word we used to use. If you bragged about somebody too much, you was jocking them. But yeah, you should celebrate your people. Yeah, give your people their flowers while they're here. Yeah, do you do that? Do you congratulate people? Are you actually happy for people when something good happened for them? Or did you be on the sidelines wishing it was you? I'm just asking. Get a copy of my book while you're in that spirit. You can get it from lulupublishing.com. You get it from Amazon. Or you can get it from Urban City Publishing. It's called Dysfunctional Family Knot. Like a knot joke, right? Because I turned out okay. Yeah, in spite of the dysfunctions that I went through, yeah, I turned out okay. My family was cool. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Now, if my mom wasn't using drugs, it would have been even better, right? But for the most part, I don't have a lot of complaints. I actually had a good childhood. I had a set of friends. We used to play all the time. Yeah, we used to find mattresses in the neighborhood and bring them back. And we used to do backward slips off of them, right? We used to do backward slips off the gate. We used to jump off garages onto these same mattresses. I know, I wouldn't allow my kids to do none of that stuff I did when I was a kid. But when I tell you, I had the best. Best childhood. Me and the kids on the block, we used to perform for the adults. I remember we did the Thriller video in the middle of the street. My friend Michael was Michael, of course. I was the girlfriend. Yeah, we did it. We used to break dance in the middle of the street. Oh my God. We had awesome times. Awesome. Charlie's fruit truck used to come down our block. Oh my God. I remember those days. But yeah, today, guys, I know we're getting kind of deep. Yeah, yesterday we covered a lot of psychological damage. Have you been thinking about becoming a therapist? I'm serious. I'm serious. I know. I'm laughing, but I'm serious. Since you've been watching Coffee and Conversation, and to hear me talk about the damage and the disorders, and do you find yourself diagnosing people? You're on the first date with somebody, and he tell you about one incident, you now linked it back to childhood trauma. I know. You see all the red flags while he talking. I know. It's a gift. You might have a gift. Yeah. That might be your purpose. Yeah. Probably didn't know it. Didn't think about it like that. People coming to you asking you for your advice all the time. I know. Random strangers. You find yourself talking to them. They compelled to tell you all their business. I know. That might be your gift. And your purpose might be to heal people in a therapeutic manner, right? I act on all my gifts and purposes. You have everything that I feel that the Lord has given me. I act on, even author. I never thought of myself to be an author. I never thought that I would be able to write a book and people would actually buy it and read it, right? I never thought of my life being that interesting, right? But other people suggested that I write one. right? And people are now asking, where's the other one, right? So to tell you the truth, I've written the second book. I just didn't know if I was going to put pictures in it or not. I decided to put pictures in it. So now I'm going through the process of scanning them and putting them in. But the book is written. And since I've been doing Coffee and Conversation for the last 3-4 years, I have a parent help book now, right? So now I'm about to put Coffee and Conversation out. It's just a matter of how I'm going to put it out. Am I going to put it out in one big book? Am I going to break it up into segments? Because we've talked about several different segments here, right? I don't know. But I think that's a gift that I was given because I have the ability to write. I love writing. I keep a journal with me everywhere I go, right? Thanks to Jesus. So today we're going to ease up on the psychological damage because it was a little heavy yesterday. We got to balance out these emotions. Are you living with any resentment? Any regret? Hey, yeah. Good morning, Miss Vicky. That's why in the beginning, when we first started Coffee Conversation, I had you guys make a list of all the things you wanted to do in life, right? Because we definitely don't want you running around here resenting them kids, right? I know you still think back if you didn't have a kid, you probably would have went off with your friends and did this and that if you didn't have kids. Well, let's unpack that because you'll be surprised. You'll raise your children off of that resentment that you have for them. Yeah. So you might be hollering at them unnecessarily type stuff. You might be fussing for no reason. Because you got that deep-seated resentment that if I didn't have it, I know it's real. It's real. It's real. It's real. But you got to deal with that. Right? And now they're grown. So you really don't have no reason to have resentment for them because if it's something that you still want to do, you can still do it. You can do it now, right? So we made that list. And we scratched off some of those things that were just unrealistic. Yeah. We scratched off those things that you have no desire for, you don't want to do anymore, right? We did that. But some of you still had some things on that list that you're still able and capable of doing, right? Especially now because the children are gone, right? So every now and then I check in with you just to see how far have you gotten. Are you actually doing it, right? Yeah. Because you'll be surprised the stress that comes.
In the Nolan Wells case.
I've been following that. Y'all been following the Nolan Wells case? I've been trying to follow it as best I can. This phone is acting up. Yeah, you would be surprised the stress that you carry from that list. I know. I know. Yep, you got a knot in your neck and you don't know why it's there. Well, it's there because subconsciously you still thinking about the things that you wish you could have, should have did. All the things you wish you could have, should have did. Yeah, and the reasons why you didn't do it. All the excuses that you give yourself for not doing it. I know, I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Yeah. So using kids, yeah. It probably stopped you then, but it shouldn't stop you now, right? Like on my list, you know, like that list that you wrote of the things that you wanted to be when you grew up. Did you have one of those lists? Right. I had a whole lot of stuff on my list. And to be honest with you, I completed a lot of it. Right. But a couple things that was on the list was detective. Oh, I love you a good First 48 or a good crime show. Right now I was watching Homicide Squad in New Orleans, right? It was so good. Oh my God. I was watching one, it was a 15-year-old, Raynard Williams, I think was his name. And when I tell you he was 15 years old and they shot him like 14 times. Oh my God. And then to see the video footage and see the guy following them and praying on them. He had just walked his little sister home. Oh my God, what if she was there? Oh, fix it, Jesus, fix it, right? So I'm following the show though, and I done solved that case in the first 48, right? So I done found the killer. I done found where he was at, what the motive. So parts of me still feel like being a detective, right? I watch those law shows, they be in the courtroom. I had on my list that I wanted to be a lawyer, right? So I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not riddling with regret or resentment or anything, because I still, if I wanted to do any of that, I still can, right? I still can. Yeah. I can see what the age requirement is to be on the police department. I can get on, right? Become a detective, right? I can do that. Yeah. I got my bachelor's degree, criminal justice, so if I did want to take classes and become an attorney, I can. Yeah, if I wanted to do that and put my effort into it, yeah. So I'm not really with regret or anything yet, because that's still on my list, right? But therapist is winning. Yeah. I find so much joy in helping people. Yep. Just listening to whatever it is they're going through, walking them through certain steps, helping them clear up things that's cloudy, trying to help them figure it out and put the pieces together. Yeah, I love that. I love it. And then when they turn around and they see it, right? And they start putting it together for themselves, and they start figuring it out as we're talking, like, oh, I'd be so happy, right? So yeah, therapist one, but just know I still got those two things on my list, right? So yeah, I'm just checking in with you, because I don't want you to be having all that on you because it's some things that you should have, could have did, right? And you ain't did it, right? And so you sitting around hating on people that is doing it, right? You mad at the world. You running into people that got the same idea you had. You see them flourishing in their business, and you like, what if it was me? I could have. Now you home mad and sad all day, fussing at your husband, fussing at the kids, fussing at your wife, because you seen Jim and them at their spot. Just do it, right? Just do it. Yeah, call Jim. See what Jim did. See if you can work with Jim. See if you and Jim can partner up. Let Jim know that this is something that you always wanted to do, right? Just do it, right? Some of y'all gotta put that pride aside, though. Yeah, you gotta put that pride aside. And you gotta be teachable. Yeah, those are two things that I be running across adults, and they don't. You gotta be teachable. I learned two things yesterday. Yeah, a guy came out of nowhere from outside, so I dress like I dress. This is the defense mechanism, right? I ain't trying to be cute. I ain't trying to look vulnerable. I ain't trying to be no victim. I be in these houses by myself. Yes, I have my thing on me sometimes, and sometimes I don't, right? So yeah, they came in. I'm friendly. Hey, how you doing, right? We chit-chatting. Everything was all good. But I rarely use tape. But I did use tape. Yeah, everything is uneven. I wanted that nice, crisp, white. I used tape. He pulled the tape off the wall and put it on the ladder. He was like, now, use this for later. Because I had just tore the one off the wall, balled it up, threw it away like I do everything. He was like, oh, no. Safe. I'm like, I done found somebody more resourceful than me, right? Yeah, he said, you can reuse that tape tomorrow. Just put it on that wall right over there. And I was like, you know what, buddy? You are right about that. And I put it on the ladder and said, I sure will. Learned that yesterday, right? So yeah, it's the little things for me, right? So I think that was it. I think I just kind of wanted to check in with you to see if you are going down your list, to see if you are checking things off. And it's okay to cross it off if you don't want to do it no more. Yeah, some of y'all got stuff on the list and y'all just got it on the list so y'all can brag to people like you doing it like that. I'm doing this. I'm going to do this. You ain't got a line to kick it, Craig, right? So, yeah, it's okay to cross it off if you're no longer interested. You're not doing it anymore. It's not a passion for you. Take it off the list and stop talking about it. 'Cause at this point, people tired of hearing you say you're going to do it and you ain't did nothing, right? So, yeah, I pretty much did just about everything on my list. I either done did or is doing, right? And I'm content and cool. So I want you to be content and cool, right? So tomorrow gonna be light, because I've been holding y'all for these lectures, and yeah, yesterday was a long one, so I'm about to let y'all go right now. Just know tomorrow I'm gonna give y'all some vocabulary words, because you are gonna have a quiz Friday, right? And these are just vocabulary words that you should be incorporating in your conversations with your children, right? Because you want to broaden their horizons, right? You want to broaden their vocabulary. You want your children to fit in any arena, right? Like my kids, I was raising them to be diverse. I was raising them to be able to fit into anything. I wanted them to be like me, jack of all trades, master of none. I did. Even though I was kind of focusing on their strengths and focusing on some of the things that but I did want them to wear many hats like me, and I want them to be able to juggle it, right? So that means they got to be good at multitasking. They have to be disciplined, right? So yeah, certain things that I wanted for the kids, right? So if you want them to shoot for the stars, and you want to continue to encourage them, like it's a lot of black jobs that we're going to talk about tomorrow. You should be encouraging your children to go in a direction. But the only way you can do that is if you are tuned in with your children. You got to be locked in, right? You got to know their strengths. You got to know their weaknesses. You got to be able to pull out all of those things that they have, all of those talents. Like you got to be able to see them, because sometimes they don't, right? They don't. And if you pull them out, oh yeah, expunge on them. Oh yeah. Sometimes you gotta invest in them. Yeah, they doing cartwheels all over the house and flipping off the dining room table and doing a somersault and landing on the fan. You gotta put them in gymnastics. You gotta come up with a couple of dollars and put them in gymnastics, because that's a talent or a skill that they have that you have to cultivate, right? So yeah, that's it. I gotta go to work. Yeah, I gotta go make a couple of dollars. I'm sorry, TikTok caught you at the end. I'm gonna put the live video on TikTok in a minute. Come back for it. Yeah. TikTok get the short end of the stick every time. Every time, right? Instagram get all the love, right?